Sometimes I want a nice vinyl experience, unsullied by digital streams. Sometimes I even order records unheard, using only my wits and the observational skills I honed in the pre-digital age. And last Halloween I bought 2 records, and I felt like I totally got ripped off. Now these are 2 records that should have been good. So before you shell out for this vinyl, watch this video, listen to the albums on the streaming service, and then decide for yourself if they're creepy or crappy. First up, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown original soundtrack. Alright, now I've been a fan of the Peanuts comic since I was a kid. I read the paperbacks, I read it in the funny pages. Remember that? The Christmas and Halloween TV specials are something I still enjoy watching every year with Baby Ball. The Great Pumpkin message, the animation, the voice acting, all good. And of course we absolutely love the music of Vince Guaraldi. I bought this record knowing I'd at least enjoy some of it. Unfortunately, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown original soundtrack sucks. Now the Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack is great because we get not only originals, but we get Vince Guaraldi and his band jamming on classics of Christmas that we know so well. And he was able to make a Christmas record out of the range of tunes that they jammed on. For whatever reason, it seems like the producers behind this TV special had no idea there'd be any demand for the music beyond the television special airing. As a result, there's nowhere near enough material here to make a record. Despite this, Fantasy Records churns these out like almost every year. Alright, the first 4 tracks are amazing. They're also really short, and they're over in total in a matter of less than 6 minutes. And that's all you really want, those first 6 minutes. The rest of the record is shorter versions of the same songs over again. And then alternate versions of those shorter versions of the same songs. The end result is a bit like the first episode of Get Back. You're hearing the same thing over and over and over again, and if you're not working in the studio yourself, that's absolutely maddening. Due to the sheer lack of material, this used to be on a 12-inch, one-sided EP that had etching on the B-side. So essentially it was on one side of a record. That's the version I have. They improved the optics of this by pressing it on a 12-inch record, but at 45 RPMs this time, so the 30 minutes of music they include will take up 2 sides. They also put it on orange vinyl shaped like a dang pumpkin.
I oughta slug you.
And at the end of the album, they also give us an alternate take of the Great Pumpkin Waltz, featuring an awkward vibraphone solo. Great. So this is the selling point of this year's newest version. Of course, these changes don't improve the content, despite what the marketing department at Fantasy Records says. So unless you're a turntablist, or you're a Peanuts completist, I really see no reason why you'd want this on vinyl. It just doesn't work as an album. You'd be much better off getting a best-of Charlie Brown music collection, man, trust me. Alright, let's move on. In the 1950s, EC Comics was king. Among the many titles they produced were Mad Magazine, Weird Science, Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, and of course, the classic, Tales from the Crypt. The artists were top tier, the writing cutting edge. These comics had such an impact on popular culture that 40 years later, HBO revived the title as a horror anthology television series. The Tales from the Crypt TV show ran from 1989 to 1996 for 7 seasons with a total of 93 episodes. And that fine tradition of horror quality resulted in one horrid stinker of a soundtrack. I imagine a studio exec hemming and hawing about the obscene cost of paying actual musicians. "No problem, boss," one lackey exclaims. "I know a guy who can do it all himself, using computers." Sure, the theme from Danny Elfman is out of this world. Yes, I love it. But it's less than 3 minutes of this record, and even that piece suffers a bit from the computer instrumentation. And anyway, it sounds nothing like the rest of this stuff. The rest of the soundtrack sounds like terrible, cheesy theme scores produced by computers in a 1990s style. Not even Ry Cooder can save the track he contributed. There's a jazzy bar score, a western theme song, a carnival sounding one, and Jan Hammer, who did the Miami Vice theme song, lays a massive egg on this one. The final nail in the coffin is the horribly painful Crypt Jam, which is a terrible rap song sung by John Cassia's Crypt Keeper. I mean, check out this music video, holy smokes. It's not so bad it's good, it's just regular bad. And John Cassia, I'm not just saying that because you ignored my invitation to be on the show, John. It really is bad. If you dug this video, check this other one about really good horror surf records. Or this one, chosen for you by YouTube's team of friendly robots.